Good afternoon, Nordics. My name is Ahmed. I work for the Nordics team here at Google. And today we're going to discuss another part of the series in the Google Partners Hangout series. And this is going to be about Gmail ads. So before we dive in, I'd like to remind you a few of the Hangouts we got to line up for you in the near future. So first, we got the Google Partners Discover series. That is for the EMEA region. The next one starting at next Thursday at 3 p.m. Central European Time. Then we got the Google Partners Specific Hangouts starting the 20th of October. It's going to be all about mobile. And throughout the autumn and the winter, we're going to line up a mix of Hangouts talking about mobile, remarketing, attribution, and measurement. So for today, a little bit of the agenda. First, an intro. And next up, we're going to just talk briefly about why we should use email marketing. And next up, we're going to talk a little bit about the Gmail ads as a product. And next, we're just going to go through a little bit the best practices around the targeting. And then just to give you a little bit of inspiration, talking about a couple of case studies from the UK and South Africa. And finally, we're going to just quickly walk through how we set up such a campaign in the AdWords interface. So next up, so why should we use email? The whole perception of email going from spam messages and broadly targeted messages has changed a little bit. We're gone into more relevant advertising where we request certain branded messages and promotions. And from here, I'm going to go through a couple of data points from the UK just to give you an indication of how email is used in the online marketing world. First, email is an easy way to reach mobile users. It's an effective way to keep customers informed. For instance, 62% of respondents in a Swedish study conveyed that the preferred random messages through email rather than any other method. But also it's used for a very broad way of marketing. Email is an easy way to test what works and what doesn't. For marketers, for instance, with a smaller budget, it's also a cost-effective way of conveying a cheap per message cost. So marketers have used email as an outlet with many purposes, as I said, serving the entire funnel of purchase. Everything from acquisition to brand awareness. In this case, from a data point from the UK, retention and trying to win customer love for a product is what it's most used for. Also worth noting, email is an effective way for B2B lead generation, an interaction where measurability is instant and we can easily see who opened, forwarded to friends, or went forward to your website, and also who was actually converted in the end. Keep in line from previous slide, email marketing is especially effective on mobile. It's a mobile-first platform. 62% of emails open totally in the UK was from mobile devices. Using discounts and effective messaging to your existing customer base is the most effective way to achieve higher performance on your email campaigns. Also, emails are the preferred way to receive branded messages, as we said before. To touch a little bit on the mobile side of things, I know for some people who used email marketing before, some advertisers might see higher cost per acquisition on mobile traffic. If this is the case, we encourage you to bid differently for this traffic. Tools to help you determine mobile bid is the full value mobile calculator, and the second is an AdWords blog post I'm going to be attaching after this hangout, which is going to help you to calculate bids that are relative to desktop. So a little bit touching on the Gmail ads product. So where does it fit into your email marketing strategy that we just briefly spoken about? The first selling point for Gmail ads is that regular marketing email tend to get lost in the mid of the promotions tab. Gmail ads has a prime position on the top in the promotions tab there. The second selling point that speaks for this is that we have a large reach. In Sweden alone, you can reach about 2 million Gmail users. When we talk about the total email users, 34% of Swedish internet population use Gmail. The third selling point is that it's an extended reach platform with high measurability. So with regular email marketing, you reach existing customer base that in some way have already interacted with you. Complementing with that is using Gmail as an extra reach platform, or it can be used as a standalone, exploring new potential customers and existing customers. We're going to be elaborating a little bit more on that and that strategy later on in this presentation. So as for regular email marketing, where you market as a user for the entire purchase funnel, Gmail ads can very much so be used for the same purposes and more. It is the hybrid of sales channel. So it addresses the needs of email marketing by also potentially exploring new potential prospectors. In the same platform, you can structure campaigns according to what goal you have. It all depends on the targeting and how you structure your content, as explained in the next few slides. So first, a few of the targeting strategies and best practices around it. So we can use age and gender, so the demographic sort of targeting, geo language, device, topic affinity, and keyword/domain. So not to go deeper into those targeting methods, it's basically those are the targeting methods you can use at the moment. And something worth noting here, the ad is targeted to the user, not to the current email being read. It's the bulk of the latest few hundred emails that the user is have in their inbox, and then we create a profile depending on what targeting is used. So advertisers will have several ways to target users with Gmail ads. As with all display network campaigns, if you use multiple targeting methods, keyword placement, topics to get in a single ad group with the target and bid option opted in, your ad will appear only when a user matches at least one criterion for all of the targeting methods. Note this is the change from the old GSP user interface. I mean, the old one when it was in the beta phase. So which use or instead of an art and targeting. To avoid restricting traffic, create a separate ad group for each targeting method. But remember to add mail.google.com as a placement to each one, or use the bid only option. So first, we go through a little bit how to build awareness. So here, you use targeting and creatives to reach your audience in the right place and time. And we use a very broad targeting method, age, gender, or geo. And this is where we have to make a strong impression on the user with compelling graphics and really capture the attention of the user. Keep your core message very front and center and help them recognize and remember your brand by using consistent imagery, color, and language. The second one is how do we influence consideration? Here we go a little bit more narrow, using demographic targeting, but also affinity segments. That is, what sort of interested out there are using it. So for instance, in this example, female users aged 18 to 54 in Denmark interested in shopping would be an applicable way to influence this consideration. And this is where we appear with more customized creative based on imagery and messaging most likely to appeal to these users. Include multiple calls to action to encourage a variety of engagement types depending on user preference. So for extensive best-in-class creative examples for clients, there is an externally shared link that is called Gmail Creatives Gallery. We're going to be posting that in the Partners Hangout after this presentation. So how do we drive sales, as we said before? This is where we go in a little bit on a little bit more narrow than that. So demographic targeting, including interest and keywords with domains targeting. This is where we have to just be very clear with the call to action in a prominent location. Focus on offers and discounts to create a sense of urgency and go directly to where the products are actually sold on your website to reduce the whole conversion friction. And growing loyalty and retention in this case, the best practice is just to go on domains that the client already has. So for instance, if your website is called www.shopping.com, use it in the email campaign to refer to users who have already gone on that page or already interacted with you through the email. This is where you use specific offers, special offers for existing clients with some links to social media pages, or encourage customers to continue engaging with you through discounts and other modes where you can sell more. And the key benefits of Gmail ads is that we have a frequency capping of maximum how often users see your ad. It's effective formats. We see right now a benchmark of 3.5% to 5% in the Nordic area of open rates. So with an open rate, we mean an expanded ad from the promotions tab. We use a standard AdWords pricing, so it's a regular CPC pricing, and it's based on the expanded ad, not click to the website. So just to make sure that this differentiation is there. It's a high performance platform. It's at par, if not better, performance compared to other display placements. So in certain verticals, we actually see 10x the CTRs of regular display campaigns. So for the next slide, let's go try to get it here. Yeah. So it's a hybrid version, as I said. It's easy to use. It has a very high reach, as we used in the Swedish example of 2 million users on Gmail. And the campaign effectiveness, we can easily measure everything that we do. This goes for all AdWords products, all digital products that we have, is that it's very insightful and gives you a recommendation of what to do next. So a little bit on case studies to give you an inspiration of how to set up and what kind of successes we've seen in the past. So Resellers Club conversion volume here that went and reached over 800,000 users with an open rate of 8.4%. So as we said before, they expanded the 800,000 people they used, they reached, opened the ad 8.4% of the times. And they've seen a plus 451% increase in display conversion volume. That's actually a very high number in terms of any comparison with display. And they lowered their cost per acquisition by 80% to the goal of the display. And this is a UK specific example. The next one we'll see here is for King Price in South Africa. They reached over 8 million users with an open rate of 3.3%, 200% plus on the overall display click-through rate, and 60% lower cost per lead than standard display marketing. Next up, we're going to just go through very briefly how we can set up a Gmail ads campaign in the AdWords system. This is a simple step-by-step guide, and we're not including the custom HTML and creative setup. Those are external on the AdWords Help Center. We're going to be providing you a link with after the on the Partners Forum after this presentation. For now, I'll just show you quickly here. So the step one is create a Google Display Network campaign and set it on all features. That's very, very important. And apply the necessary geography for it as well. If you're in Sweden, you set Sweden, Denmark, etc. Then you got to set up the budget here. Although we see the eCPC checked here, I would not recommend it to do it initially. Let the campaign run for a while and see, and then check it in a couple of weeks and see if you have enough data, which is about 50 to 100 conversions, to get more accurate function out of the eCPC. It also depends on the goal here. If it's for conversion, you obviously set up for bidding to focus on possible conversions and to reach as many as possible for you optimize for clicks. And then next up, this is also very important, add Gmail as a placement. So mail .google.com into the text box, click close, and then save to add the placement to your ad group. The next step is creating an ad using the ad gallery. So the great thing about Gmail ads is that you don't need your own creative necessarily. You can use all the templates that we actually provide in the system. So you go on plus ad as soon as you created the campaign, and you go on ad gallery, and then you choose Gmail ads. Then you got the selected template in there, obviously. So it just gives you whatever you want to promote. In this case, you can use also the product showcase with call to action, or just a text ad. There is a variety of things that you can add into the gallery. So just to give you a heads up, sometimes advertising is restricted on Gmail. Please have a look at the policy support page attached after this presentation. So this was the end of this quick run through of Gmail ads. Utilize our Google Partners resources and go on google.com/partners. They will find all the latest information about trainings and interesting content and insights. You can use our AdWords promotional offers to convince your customer to try out AdWords as well. Find training resources for AdWords, video and analytics, and take the certification exam. Learn how your company is performing with Google advertising and see if your company is eligible for the Google Partners Badge. So I would like to thank you here, and I will invite you for any questions. Go on to the event page and post them there, and we'll try to answer them as soon as possible. From me, have a nice afternoon wherever you are in the Nordics, and thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.